So a little while ago, I was traveling for work and I ordered Chipotle for dinner at my hotel. It was $30 literally for a burrito bowl and chips and guacamole. And so I thought next time I travel for work, I'm gonna try to take some food from home. Like I'm gonna bring an ice pack and a cooler and try to bring some food from home. So that's what we're gonna do today. And I don't have a whole lot of time because I gotta leave in like 3 hours tonight. So I thought you could make some no cook, very quick, like cooler friendly meal prep with me for the week, and then we're also going to cook dinner. So let's go. So I need to make dinner because it's 5 p.m. but what we have going on is I'm going to use some of the marinara sauce that I canned last weekend, which if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. But really excited to use this marinara sauce. So I've got some ground beef that I'm sauteing in a skillet. I just chopped up a little bit of onion and about 3 cloves of garlic, and I'm just sauteing that until it is cooked through. And then we're gonna make this loaf of sourdough bread from Wild Grain. Highly recommend them if you've never tried them before. I've talked about them a lot, but I get a box from them usually about once a month. It comes with like 6 or 7 loaves of bread. They're totally frozen. You just pop them in the oven. This is a whole wheat sourdough. So I have the oven set to 400. I'm gonna put this in there for 18 to 22 minutes. Rather than draining this, I've just got a paper towel, and if you just kind of smash it down in there with the ground beef, you'll be able to get out most of the grease without having to mess with draining it and, you know, potentially putting grease down your sink and all of that no one wants to deal with. So this works pretty well if you've never tried it before. I will say this marinara sauce did come out a little bit more runny than I would have liked it because I didn't have the time to be able to reduce it as much as I would have liked to, but that's okay because obviously when I cook it, I can reduce it even more, so it's not a huge deal to me. So one of the things I want to make is this kale tabbouleh recipe that I got from the New York Times website, because I have this kale that I got from the farmer's market. I need to use it up. So we're gonna chop that up. I've got some mint and some fresh dill in here. I've got some fresh green onions. I got these at the farmer's market as well. They're really strong and delicious. And then for the tabbouleh, I cooked some bulgur wheat. So basically all you have to do is boil your water, add the bulgur wheat to the boiling water, put the lid on and let it sit for like 20 to 30 minutes, and it's cool now and the water just absorbs and it comes out perfect. I also have my 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 shallot that I finely minced, and then 2 Roma tomatoes that I chopped up as well. You guys wanna know what else is a no-cook meal prep? Factor. They're sponsoring today's video, so thank you to them. You guys know how much I love their heat and eat meals. Honestly, I wish I could take them with me when I travel. That would be so easy. The problem is there's just not a microwave everywhere I go, but let me tell you about them. All right, so let's see what's in my box this week. Oh, I got the Chipotle queso frittata. This one is a breakfast. Well, I guess you could eat it for lunch too, but I'm looking really super forward to trying that. Smoky white bean and cilantro rice bowl. Oh, this is gonna be good too. Smoked tofu almond stir fry. I always love trying vegetarian meals or like vegan meals that other people make for me because I'm not super experienced with making tofu, so I'm sure this is gonna be delicious. Herb cream cheese salmon. I've actually had this before. It's delicious. Red pepper queso chicken. I just had this one a couple weeks ago. It comes with rice. It's so good. Creamy Dijon pork tenderloin. That one is really good as well. And then we've got the sour cream and chive chicken. Yum. I love that they come with veggies too. And this one comes with mashed potatoes. That's delicious. Okay, so it's lunchtime. I'm gonna go ahead and have a Factor meal. Okay, so I took the sauce out and I'm just gonna stick this in the microwave for 2 minutes. All right, so here is my lunch. I went ahead and added a little slice of pepper jack cheese to this and some sour cream. And then I also had some leftover canned corn in the fridge. So I went ahead and added that as well, just to kind of add some more veggies in there. But yeah, this is super good. I'm gonna eat this. Actually a good vegetarian meal. for lunch.
You guys, I cannot recommend Factor enough. I have been loving every single meal that I have had from them. They're so convenient. You just heat it up in the microwave and you have got an awesome chef prepared, never frozen meal in just about 2 minutes. The other thing I've really noticed about having Factor meals on hand is that I tend to eat out a lot less because I have these meals in my fridge ready to go when I need them for breakfast or lunch. You can head over to factor75.com or click the link below and use code Chapin50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. And you're also going to get 20% off your next month of orders. That's code Chapin50 at factor75.com to get 50% off. Yes, that's half off your first box plus 20% off your next month of orders. It is so convenient and delicious, and I know you guys are going to love it.
All right, so the spaghetti, I'm going to add, or for the water actually, I'm going to add some salt. Put a pound of spaghetti noodles in there. These are from Aldi. For the dressing for the tabbouleh, I'm gonna add, I've got my minced shallot in here. I'm gonna add my lemon juice. Also adding half a cup of olive oil, some salt, 1 1/4 teaspoons, ground cumin. Then I'm just gonna give this a whisk. The only thing I don't have that this recipe calls for is radish. So I'm just gonna leave that out, and I'll probably add maybe a little bit of extra green onion and probably some crumbled feta because some of the comments on the recipe said that was good. This is kale that I got at the farmer's market, so it's a little less tough and fibrous than the stuff that you can get at the grocery store, but I'm still gonna try to cut it into very small pieces. So you just wanna kind of roll the leaves tightly into a bundle and then slice, and that will give you these kind of little strips of confetti that then you can just cut like that. So I put my bulgur wheat in the bowl along with the tomatoes and the vinaigrette. So I'm gonna add the kale. All right, so about a half a cup of mint leaves. I don't know if I have quite half a cup, but I'll just put in what I have. And then I'm also gonna slice up some of those green onions as well. If you ever get the chance to get your green onions from the farmer's market, I was talking in my canning video about getting garlic from the farmer's market as well. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. Just the flavor is so much stronger and concentrated than what you can get in the store. I'm also gonna add some fresh cracked pepper. This is looking and smelling super good. Now, I would typically use feta that I cubed myself, but I have this on hand from a meal kit and I need to use it up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stir that in and I'll pack it into some containers. Okay, so our spaghetti is drained, and what I normally like to do so that the noodles don't stick together, I know some people add oil, but I think that can prevent the sauce from sticking to the noodles. So what I usually do is just add a little bit of sauce into the cooked noodles and kind of stir it around, and that will keep them from sticking together. And then when I serve it, I can just add obviously more sauce to the top. Okay, so after the bread came out of the oven, I just let it cool on a wire rack for about 15 minutes, and then I'm just gonna use a serrated knife to slice it. And then they also make this French butter. It's salted, cultured French butter. It is like nothing I have ever tasted from a store in my life. So we're gonna butter our hot bread with some of that. And technically this isn't obviously properly garlic bread, but it's hot butter bread and it's delicious. All right, so we ended up with 5 cups of this tabbouleh. I think I'm gonna see how much room I have in the cooler, but I think I'm gonna take one of these 2-cup ones at least, and then maybe the 1-cup one if I have room. I don't know, we'll see. Otherwise, Adam can use them this week also. One of my favorite no-cook things to meal prep is always tuna salad. So I've got about 3 ounces of mayo in this bowl here.
some minced red onion, some minced celery. I chopped those as fine as I could. I'm also gonna add some lemon juice, and then I've got some tuna draining in the sink. I may have to add a little bit more mayo. We'll see. I didn't have quite the amount of tuna that the recipe calls for. And I don't always use a recipe when I make tuna salad, but this one is from the New York Times, and it's actually in a New York Times cooking video that I just made on top-rated sandwiches. And I really enjoyed the tuna salad, so I thought I'd make it again. I drained 2 cans of tuna. One is packed in oil and one is packed in water. No preference really for me, it's just what I happen to have in the pantry. One of the things that actually inspired me to make this is one of the last times I was on a work trip, I got bagels from like a New York style deli, and I ordered half a pound of tuna salad just to have extra with the bagels so I could take it for lunch the next day, and it was super, super good. And so I thought, oh, that would be a good thing to make and take with me. This recipe actually calls for minced red bell pepper, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave it out. It doesn't make that much of a difference, and I don't have any on hand right now. I'm kind of just trying to use up what I have to prevent going to the grocery store and ordering groceries multiple more times than I need to. I am gonna add some fresh dill just because I think that will be good in this. And then we also need some capers, about 2 teaspoons, so I'm just gonna use what's left of this jar and drain them off. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm gonna season this with salt and pepper, and we'll pack it into a container. So I thought it'd be good to take some veggies with me. I have these carrots that I want to get used up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and peel them and cut them into strips. And then I picked up this Panera. It's like a buffalo dip made with yogurt. I think it's newer. I found it at the grocery store, and I'm like, oh, this would be so good with carrots and celery. So I'm gonna pack that. All right, you might think this one is a little bit weird, but we're gonna prep some scallion herb cream cheese because, like I was saying, I have all of these green onions from the farmer's market that I really need to use up. So I've got a block of cream cheese in here, along with a couple cloves of garlic, some lemon juice. This is kind of loosely based on a recipe that I found online. I'm not following it exactly because I don't have all the ingredients. Primarily, I'm adding some minced scallions or green onions, obviously. I'm adding the remainder of my fresh dill that I had, and also a couple of tablespoons of minced cilantro, which I know sounds weird, but I don't think it's going to be overpowering with that flavor just because of all of the green onions in it. Then we're going to add some pepper, salt, and then I'm just going to mix this up with my my hand mixer, not my stand mixer. You know when you used to like lick the frosting off the beater when you were a kid? Honestly, I'd rather have this scallion cream cheese. It's good, very good. Super duper fresh tasting. So a lot of the recipes I looked up online said to add either heavy cream or evaporated milk just to kind of thin out the cream cheese a little bit. I didn't have any heavy cream or evaporated milk, so I just used like a couple splashes of half and half. I'm sure milk would work too, but I'm also out of milk right now, so that worked fantastic. So this is that dip that I found. Let me know if you guys have seen this in your grocery stores. They had several different kinds. One was buffalo, one was, I think, garden veggie, and I can't remember what the other one was. Maybe like herb and cheese or something like that. But I did try this out with some crackers when I first got it, and it is really good. I do recommend it. So I'm just gonna do a combo of the celery and the carrots in these little sandwich baggies.
Okay, so this is the cooler I'm gonna use. I think I can actually get quite a few, or most of this in here. And it's not too large. I, for this particular trip, am checking a bag, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in there. But these are my 2 ice packs, so I'm gonna put one down on the bottom. So I don't think I've fully explained what my plan was for this scallion cream cheese, but I do have these everything bagels, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack 2 of those. And what I really like to do is have a little bagel sandwich with the cream cheese and then some sliced tomato and cucumber. So that's gonna fit in there as well. And then I can either eat the tuna salad plain, or I'm also bringing some of the sliced whole wheat sourdough that we just had left over from dinner. And actually this all fits in here really well. I think I'm gonna maybe leave the bagels out and then put the sourdough bread in here, but that worked out well.
So I'm at my hotel now, and I actually just put the whole lunchbox in my little mini fridge.
The reason why I'm here tonight is because I'm staying close to the airport I'm flying out of. The airport I'm flying out of is like over an hour away from me, and I have a 5:30 a.m. flight, which means that if I would have stayed at home tonight, I would have had to leave my house at like 2:33 in the morning, and I was not about to do that. So I was thinking about taking the ice packs out and asking the front desk if I could put them in their freezer, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with it. I mean, as long as I keep the frozen ice packs in the fridge overnight, they shouldn't defrost totally. And plus I'm keeping the whole cooler in the fridge as well. And also my flight's only like 2 hours. So I don't think it's gonna be a huge deal, but I guess stay tuned to see if all my food holds up. I think it will. I think it will. Anyway, this angle looks crazy. Anyway, I need to get ready to go to bed. I'm probably gonna take a shower and just crash out here in a second. But thanks for coming along with me today. This was fun to just have you guys in the kitchen with me for an evening. I want to just try and film more like casual fun videos like this. I miss doing that about YouTube. I miss doing that on YouTube, if I could speak properly. Anyway, I also just posted a video about canning, which I mentioned earlier, hot water bath canning. So if you're interested in that, you can click on this video right here. And don't forget to check out Factor and get some awesome lunches for you or your family, or just you. If you're like me, just get them for yourself because, you know, they're delicious, and why share with anyone. But I'll have that link in the description box below to get half off, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.